Hello, and welcome to Tarot Electric. I am Mary Shock. I'm excited to bring you this first episode of my podcast, and who knows really where this journey will take me and you and us as a community. But today, I'm going to tell you a story, The Fool's Journey. The Major Arcana of a tarot deck, that is the 22 archetypal cards numbered 0 through 21, tell the Fool's Journey with pictures, symbols, and archetypes. These cards lay out universal experiences that we will all live through as we go down our soul's path. And it starts with card 0, the Fool. And the Fool is you and me. We are the Fool. And the Fool stands right before the beginning. The Fool is gathered energy. The Fool is buzzing with excitement, anticipation. The Fool looks out across the cliff and envisions the future, and the Fool does not know the end of that path. The Fool does not know what the end looks like, but the Fool can see those first couple steps, and the Fool is brave enough, naive enough to take that jump, take a risk, take a leap into the unknown. The Fool is the moment right before you begin. And the Fool moves through each of the archetypes in the Major Arcana, experiencing them, living through them, growing and learning with them. When I get the Fool, you know that you're blessed with some beginner's luck, a childlike point of view that has no knowledge of fear, and you have a lot of energy ready to be released into the world. And the Fool is that moment right before you jump. Now, where does the Fool jump? Into card number 1, the Magician. The Magician gathers energy from the universe and channels it and brings it down to earth, to the community, and for yourself. The Magician is a journey, just as every card in the Major Arcana represents a whole journey within each archetype. In the Magician, we start as the apprentice. We start as the Fool, learning from the Magician, learning from the experts, the experienced. And as the apprentice, we gain tools, we gain skills, and we learn. And in this way, it is powerful to learn lots of different tools. We don't have to choose one path and stick with it. In the Magician, we can soak it all up because it will all be useful. And as we learn and move forward, then we are the Magician. We are the expert. We are the master of our tools. We are an energy shifter and changer, and we are a person in the community that can shift and change for the better and the highest good. The Magician is a reflection of the cosmic universe as the zoom out big picture, and our life here on earth as the zoom in microcosm, mirror image of the cosmic divine from which the magician draws energy. The magician pulls this energy from somewhere, and that place is card number 2, the High Priestess. The High Priestess is the ocean of the unconscious, our superconscious, and the divine dark feminine, the abyss of endless energy from which the magician manifests their power. The High Priestess is a balanced wisdom and a calm inner knowing of all the secrets of the universe. When the High Priestess comes up, it is a calling to question everything, to peel back layers until you get to the essential truth in any situation. For you, it is a calling to peel back the layers of yourself, of things you thought were true, of what was once true, of what society tells you should be true, until you can get to the truest truth, a shining light, a universal peace within yourself. That is the High Priestess. The High Priestess asks you to look further than the surface, to dive deep. After this inner exploration, receptive visioning, this swim in the waters of our own intuition, we find solid ground in card number 3, the Empress. The dark goddess that is the High Priestess is balanced by the Earth Mother of the Empress. Together, they create a whole divine feminine archetype in tarot. The Empress is abundance in all forms. The Empress is a blossoming garden. The Empress is birth. The Empress asks us to look for and welcome love and abundance and life and growth in our world. The Empress shows us everything that we have to offer, all of our creative energy that can be birthed into something beautiful. The Empress welcomes that creation, and the Empress encourages you to bring your creations into the world. Share yourself with the world, and the world will be grateful for your contributions. The Empress also shows you everything that you have in your resources to share with those around you. The Empress is a feast, an abundant table, and a party. After the fun, the nurturing love, and the caregiving of the Empress, we find card 4, the Emperor. The Emperor is the stability, safety, and strength of a solid 4 that follows the growing laughter of 3, the Empress. From being birthed from the Earth Mother of the Empress, we find power and solidity and true form in the Emperor. The Emperor is our ability to be responsible for ourselves. And the best Emperor finds in their journey a way to be responsible for themselves, their own energy, their own actions, their own home, and you let everyone else around you be responsible for their own energy and their own actions and their own choices. You let everyone around you be their best emperor. And that's how we can live together in power that does not overwhelm, that does not overreach, that does not sink into the realm of the dictator, where the emperor could so easily go. The emperor rules this world. The emperor rules the home. The home is your castle. In the emperor, we are asked to find a safe and protective place for ourselves in our home, to love our body, to feel strong, safe, and protected in our body. The emperor, in its worst ways, can become the man, the patriarchy. But if we can give some flexible love and understanding to our own inner emperor, then we will be building a solid foundation that will serve us and that we can build upon to reach the heights of our enlightenment. After 4, the emperor, comes 5, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the high priest, the community leader, a person with sacred and heady knowledge that they are privileged to know. And with that privilege comes the responsibility to give this knowledge back to the people, to the community. The Hierophant is card number 5, and it speaks to the circles and communities that we are a part of and that we serve. In the best way, the Hierophant will be one to give back, to feed, and to enlighten the community with a divine truth. The Hierophant speaks to all of the institutions, organizations, all of the people that we are connected to. The Hierophant runs through all of these circles. The Hierophant connects us, and the Hierophant asks us to conform to the rules of society and the rules of these institutions. This can be for our greatest good. These can be rules and boundaries that serve us as a people, and they can also at times become boundaries that stifle us, that kill our creativity, and our individuality. This sends us into card number 6, the Lovers. Because the Lovers is a crossroad that we find ourselves at when we could stay on a path that is the same, that is safe, or we could go a new and different way. We can follow an unknown path, and this is a path that serves us and that serves our love, our passions, that opens up space in our life for beauty and for love. This is the path that excites us, that turns us on. This is the path that takes us away from the community of the 5 and gives us our individual happiness of the 6. The 6, the Lovers, it asks you to be brave and to follow your heart and your creativity and your passions and your desires. And really, when you can fulfill your desires for your greatest good, you will be lifting up the whole world by shining your light. It is not selfish to follow the path of the Lovers. Instead, it's for the greater good of this whole universe. And you can fulfill that simply by following your path and your heart and your love. This brings us to the 7, the Chariot. And now we are on the path. We are path making and we are working our path. The 7 is alignment. This is a road that is opening just for you. And the 7, as the Chariot, you are moving forward towards your goals here on earth. These are practical, earthly goals, and you're working towards yours with blinders on. Do not get distracted by the world around you. Instead, stay focused on your personal aspirations. The Chariot moves with the force of the earth orbiting around the sun. In this way, your goals and dreams orbit the sun, worshiping that which gives you life. These dreams are for your highest good. They are in alignment with your soul and cosmic path. You will have a lot of energy here, a lot of motivation, a lot of inspiration. Things will be opening up just for you, just to make opportunities available for you. Take these opportunities. You may actually travel. You may move around in this earth and space. You will feel the power behind your movement, and the Chariot is a sign of sure success because what you're working towards is in alignment with your highest self. So work hard in the Chariot. You have that energy for a reason. It spits you out into number 8, Strength. This is a card of balance, perfection, and a rest. This is a perfect moment to breathe and meditate and calm down. Strength is not about brute force, winning a fight. Strength is your inner power that comes from your core, from your alignment, from your knowing that you sit in your truth and in your power every day because you are your truest self. Strength shows you the power of stillness and the power of quiet, like a perfect martial arts stance where you are ready to strike at any moment. Strength is all in the breath. Strength has always been with you, but in this moment, you are being shown your own pillar of inner strength in a way that it will be undeniable for you in the future as you move forward. You will never not feel your own inner power. And in this way, you can do anything. You can achieve anything because you have it all within. And the only thing you have to do to access this inner strength is to quiet your mind, your body, and your breath so that you can feel it. And it all comes from your core, from your spine, which holds you up. Strength may bring up challenges in the outside world as a way to mirror and show you how strong you are. Look at these tests and challenges with love, with a playful reception, and with a breathing in, and they will no longer be challenges, but instead a way for you to know how strong you are. Strength is a balance of your creativity, sexuality, growth, fiery energy with your intelligence, your intellect, your logic, your reasoning, meeting right in the middle with your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts and your creativity being perfectly balanced. That is strength. This place of perfection leads you to number 9, the hermit. The hermit is a time to go within to heal from the past. You're healing up old wounds, healing trauma, healing yourself so that you can get ready for the next and the new. The hermit goes within to show you how to heal and how to be whole. And in that, you will find the light. And the light is your truth. And the hermit is encouraged to come out from the caves, to come down from the mountain, to rejoin with society in order to share this star, in order to share this cosmic truth that you learn from going within. The hermit is a journey within, but it will often ask us to stay inside where it's safe, where we are healed. The hermit does not want us to go out and get hurt again, and yet that is the test and the challenge here, and that is what we must do. Rejoin with society, tell society how we healed ourselves, and they might learn from this. This puts us into number 10, the Wheel of Fortune, which is all about society. This is the ups and downs. This is good luck that falls into bad luck, that winds back up again and falls again. This is you being pulled in a million directions. This is you being whipped around in the journey of life, swirled up in a earthly blender. And the task here, if you can, is to stay in the middle. The middle of the wheel is card 0, the Fool. If we can live in the peaks and the valleys of life as our most true Fool self, able to observe but let things move through us instead of being moved by the world, then we are living in the easiest way, and we float instead of getting pulled up and down and every which way. The wheel is chaotic, and the wheel can kick up dust, but so is life. And when the wheel of fortune comes up, you know you're in for a ride. And it leads into card number 11, justice. This is the clarity. This is the dust settling. This is the freedom from the chaos of the wheel. And that freedom comes with choice. Justice is reaching a higher perspective over which we can view the wheel of fortune. We can view the journey we've been on, and we can view the world around us from this lookout. And from there, we can see right and wrong. And that's what justice speaks of. Right and wrong, not from society's rule book or a government's law, but instead a divine law. And that's our own inner piece of the divine that tells us what is right and wrong for us. So justice puts us in a place where we need to make choices, and we need to choose what is right and what is wrong for us. And usually there is no real right or wrong in the big scheme of things, but instead here we are just asked to practice making firm choices and then following through, living with the consequences and seeing our choices come to fruition and to come to an end. So living out the choices that we make. And justice asks us to practice all of those things. And really here feel free, because there is no right or wrong. You're not making a wrong choice, but instead the right choice is to simply make a choice, take action, and choose for you what is right and wrong. Be your own inner judge. You are the only person that can judge you, and that is justice. We're asking you to think logically here, use your intelligence, use your reasoning, put your mind above your heart in this case. Don't get swept up by emotions or feelings, but instead use your intelligence to make firm choices and then follow through with whatever actions come after that and are necessary. Justice asks you to make a choice, and you are able to make these choices because of the clarity that justice brings. Now, the next card that we're led to is number 12, the Hangman. In contrast to the firm choices and actions that are called for in justice, the Hangman calls for you to let go. Be receptive, be open, let it all go. Let yourself flow in the rivers of fate and give up and give in. So the Hangman calls for a sacrifice, and it is not always easy. You have to give up who you are, what is true to you and what is true to your world in order to understand your piece in the greater universe. In the Hangman, your body, your ego is beginning to dissolve, and you have to let go and give it up in order to float down this river. The Hangman asks you to invert yourself. Turn your world upside down. Here, you can lead with your heart. Put your heart before your head. Dive into your journey. Dive back into the earth. Dive into the unconscious waters from which you came. Get into yourself. Get into the universe. There are truths waiting for you, but you cannot take your body there. It has no place. You must give it up and let it go. The Hangman asks you to suspend yourself between two worlds. Here, your intuition will speak to you. You will understand the other side and receive messages from the spirit on the other side. And you will be a conduit, a channel for that message. This is all prep work for card 13, death. Death is the total release. Death is what happens when you let go. Death is a transformation. It is radical. It is destructive because you must completely change. You must completely say goodbye to your old self, your old life, your old person, so that you can become new. And the newness and the rebirth and the transformation, the metamorphosis, it's all waiting for you, and it is there. But death also speaks to the pain of saying goodbye and how hard it is to let go and how hard it is to change. And the pain is there in death, and it is okay to grieve it, and it is okay to grieve what you lose by moving forward on your spiritual soul path. This is the only way, but you must let go and give up things, and it is hard, and death is there to say, yes, it is difficult, and to acknowledge the pain. Death removes anything which is no longer serving you, lets it become a compost that will fertilize the soil of your rebirth. Death is destructive, death is radical, and death brings an uprising. Once you've gone through this ego death, when you are in this perfect in-between place where you are nothing and yet connected with everything, you get temperance. Card 14. This is the card that heals you up, that fixes your body, that gets you ready to be the spiritual warrior you need to be. Temperance is the presence of the divine here on earth. Temperance is in between two worlds as an angel to heal you, to heal your mind, body, and spirit. Temperance gives you perfect health in every area of your life and body, and temperance tells you how to heal yourself. Temperance is your conscience that tells you how to love yourself and how much the divine love shines within you. And it's all building you up energetic armor so that you're ready to fight the spiritual fights that are coming up for you. Temperance is a break, it's a rest, it's transition. It is flowing, healing waters. Temperance is a perfect balance. It is everything in moderation. Temperance asks you to slow down, to calm down, to take a rest and to break, to find your balance, find your middle, and stay there, because that is your power. You need temperance to form a healthy body, healthy mind, healthy habits, because what follows is card 15, the devil. And the devil is your shadow self, pieces of us that we push down and repress. It is our own desires, our creativity, our fiery energy that we push down and repress until it becomes a monster. And that is what is addicting to us, what is tempting, what keeps us running in cycles and circles, that keeps us in bad relationships, unhealthy habits, unhealthy patterns within ourselves. The devil is our shadow self that keeps us chained to this material world, that keeps us chained to the past, and none of it serves us. The devil makes a sacrifice as a piece of us to be that evil so that we can see it, recognize it for an unhealthy, unwanted aspect of ourself that we are then encouraged to change. And that is the holy battle that we're engaged with our own shadow self in the devil. And by really loving our shadow self, recognizing it as a piece of us, taking it from a repressed place and putting it right in front of us and saying, I recognize you. I love every piece of myself, even my shadow. That's how we overcome the devil. That's how we find complete balance with every piece of ourself. And with a wholeness, we are able to move forward into 16, the tower. As a holy, unified being, we have a truth that has been building up inside of us. And in the tower, that truth must be released. This is an explosion, an eruption from the inner to the external. This is our truth that can no longer be contained in our body, in our mind, within ourselves, and must be expressed to the greater world. In the tower, we let go of absolutely everything, all those last cords, energetic cords that are keeping us chained. We release them, and from this fire, we will be reborn. That is the beauty of the tower. The tower is a dancing into the nothingness that is available when we release ourselves from all of our preconceived ideas about who we are and what success is and what we need. In the tower, we release it all and we let our truth be the shining star. And that is what follows card 17, the star. Now we're flowing in the cosmic waters. And the star is our inspiration. It is creativity. It is our hope. And it is what is shining a light on the path for us. The star is a divine map that the universe gives us that tells us the direction of our soul journey. And we can envision it in the star, and we see it, and we're moving towards it, and we're flowing in these cosmic waters towards the star in an effortless way, propelled by the universe. And we are moving in a direction of our highest good. The star is an alignment of the universe to reward us with the abundance that the universe has to offer, and it is all for us. and the star is a shining beacon showing us the way. What comes after the star is 18, the moon. This is a journey. The moon is wild. The moon is emotional. The moon shows us cycles that we are ready to view in a new light. The moon will show us cycles that are holding us back, fears, anxieties. These are the nightmares, and they all become illuminated in the moon. And we are faced with our anxieties, and we will feel them within ourselves, and we will experience them in the world around us. And it's only there as a way to test us, to view them for what they really are, which is simply illusions. Once we see that all our anxieties are self-created, that all of our fears are in our minds, then we can move forward and through our fears. That's when we realize our biggest dreams. And that is the moon's true gift. It lights up our dreams so that we can dream even bigger than we ever could before. We were blocked by fear. And now we can truly see. And the moon inspires that. And the moon shows the way. After the moon, we get card 19, the sun. This is an aha moment. This is a deep breath. And this is the day after a long night. After the trials of the moon, we are then pushed ashore with the sunrise, and we let the light of the star, the hermit's light, become the totality of our life. And that is the sun. And the sun is what gives us life. It's what gives us the ability to live. And that is what we worship in the sun. And you can see it in the world around you. You see relationships. You see pieces of yourself, pieces of your life that give you energy, that fill you with a purpose and a happiness and a bliss. And it's those things that we worship in the sun. And in the sun, we come together with family and friends, and they celebrate our new day as we celebrate with them. It's a joining, it's a laughter. The sun is bliss, and the sun is a celebration of all of the work that we've done on this journey. After the sun, we get card 20, judgment. Judgment is Judgment Day. This is the reawakening. Judgment is a plateau that we reach after our path up the mountain. And here we get a break, we get a pause, we get a rest, and we can see the journey that we've taken. And the universal peace within us, being the only judge that can judge us, looks back over our past and forgives. You can forgive anyone who ever hurt you or did you wrong, and you can forgive yourself from guilt and shame. And that is the hardest but also most worthwhile piece of judgment. This is all baggage that we carry, and in judgment you get a chance to reconcile your past and then drop the baggage. Because in judgment, your next level of your life is calling you. It's saying, join us, elevate yourself. We have work for you to do. We see the journey that you've been on. You worked hard. We have a whole new journey for you to embark on. But in order to reach this height, you have to drop the baggage. And that's what judgment gives you. A chance to say, I love my past. I forgive my past. I love myself. I forgive myself. And then you're light enough to ascend. And judgment will pull you up. This is your new day. And that leads to card 21, the world. This is the goal. This is enlightenment, nirvana, perfect satisfaction, attainment, getting closer to the divine. The world is a place where you sit grounded, but also reaching towards the stars. You have found something that heals you and that lights up your life. And you can now share and spread that light with the whole world, with your community. And that's going to raise the vibrations of the entire universe. The world is the fool's goal. The world is a place where you dance and laugh and sing and create music. The world is a place of peace and satisfaction. The world is a place that we will reach again and again in life. The fool's journey is the tarot. Cards that are meant to be shuffled. So you will travel this journey again and again. An infinite number of combinations of ways that you can experience this life. Again and again, it will give you the opportunity to rest and dance and be peaceful in the world. And again, it will put you back at the start of your fool's journey to learn a whole new lesson that is a part of your soul path. The world is a blessing, and you will receive it many times in life. And each time it will bring you closer and closer to a union with the divine. So stay foolish on your journey. That's the only way to go.